Good evening, Rescue Enjoyers. How are you doing? Right, it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Yes, just 2 days ago, all of these skins rotated into Rustor, and basically in this video, we're going to look at their progress based on sales and try and figure out, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments? Are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so here's the first 24 hours of sales like we normally would show. However, I recorded this a little bit too late. 2 hours late to be precise. This is actually the first 26 hours of sales. I know, I'm sorry, my bad. But we can still make some nice comparisons to previous weeks and get a good idea of how many sales we're likely going to see with the likes of these skins. So first thing I want to deduce, Neon Roadsign Locker, 11,155 subscribers. Just looked at the previous week. Here we have the Hazmat Locker. First 24 hours of sales, that did 10,567 subscribers. Now we know this ended up with around 24,000 subscribers, don't we? So I quickly hop back over to here. You can see, well, this has done a few hundred more. However, it also has that extra 2 hours. Maybe, just maybe, Roadsign Locker is matching up perfectly with the likes of the Hazmat Locker, and it also will end up with around 24,000 subscribers. Or maybe it is doing a fair bit better, maybe it's going to do a little bit more in total by the end. That's a good thing to be aware of, because as we look over to the likes of here, Boss Burlap is selling very, very nicely, quite a fair bit more compared to here. This very, very likely is going to be doing between 25,000 to 30,000 subscribers, just with a little bit of deduction there. Very in demand. But is that a little bit too much? Do you reckon too many of these are being bought compared to actual genuine demand? Well, that'll be something we will be discussing. Looking at these other skins, however, they're really not selling that much, are they? This did about 6,000 subscribers. This did about 5,600, and it just drops off, down, down, down. The Neanderthal clothing's only done about not even 3,000 subscribers. It's even less. I don't know. Like, if you do a quick comparison to the likes of 2 weeks ago, that Rustor was insane. The amount of sales we saw, the likes of that, very, very high. But that did lead to some problems, didn't it? So potentially, with a sheer lack of sales, could some of these skins work out ever so nicely? Well, we'll have to discuss that, won't we? So we're going to hop in and take a look at the first 48 hours of sales now. However, I am recording a little bit later. So this is, in fact, the first 48 hours of sales. Take that in. Pause the screen if you must. Okay, cool. So, sorry. I'm now going to go over to here, and here we are. This is a little bit later. It's like 52 hours, I'm sorry to say. We are looking at all of these skins, and we're going to go ahead and figure out, are they holding up to being perfectly fine investments still? Now we can start yapping about the likes of the Burlap shirt and pants. Currently, we're looking at these with about just under 18,000 subscribers each, but again, remember, the actual true number for 40 hours of sales is 16,800 and 16,600. Now, quite recently, we saw some other clothing skins that are selling quite ridiculously, weren't we? If I quickly hop over to here to a previous 48 hours analysis. Come on, Hedge, you do this every week. How could you not remember the name? Road Angels hoodie and pants, 2 days in, over 20,000 subscribers each. Now, that was obviously quite a fair bit more compared to what we see here. But the main point that I was pointing out to you was, of course, it might be a little bit too much. Down 25%, down 5%. And if we don't see any continuations actually being accepted, it very likely will keep going down further. And that's the main thing we're being a little bit concerned about. Are we actually going to get any continuations for this Mob Boss collection? They were already produced. What do you mean? Well, just go to Ven's workshop and look at this. We already have a boonie hat and a hide poncho. Of course, with the likes of Mob Boss Burlap clothing being an extra late pick, it was actually submitted like a month ago. So Ven did in fact produce continuation, but it hasn't been accepted yet. Now he definitely has time to go ahead and change this up a bit, improve it, version 2, resubmit it, it's up to him, or make something completely different. We'll find out. On the horizon, yes, this still could potentially be picked. On the horizon, he can resubmit it, and then it could be picked. Who knows? There's definitely something at the very least on the horizon. And speaking of a boonie hat, if I quickly hop back over to here, if I could just show you this real quickly. Yeah. Gentleman's Fedora got bought out. So just a few days back, this was selling for around $3. Then Mob Boss came out, looking ever so nice and lavish. Well, I need a good hat to go with it, don't I? Gentleman's Fedora. So $3 just a few days ago. Now it's sitting here at $8. It did peak up just over above $11 at one point. But yeah, something just reasonably related to brand new skins caused that to get, you know, completely wiped out, cleaned out, absolutely bought out. So yeah, very nice bit of profit there if you managed to flip it. So hopping back over to the likes of here on the horizon, maybe we're going to get our own brand new Mob Boss Boonie hat. So if you're concerned about that and own a gentleman's fedora, maybe you might want to consider selling it. Just point that out to you. Cool. So hopping back over to the likes of here, I'm still looking at this and thinking it's going to do between 25,000 to 30,000 subscribers. I don't have a good idea for the definitive amount, but it's still going to be quite a lot. If I just do a quick comparison between the likes of all the Burlap shirt and pants, you might notice that about 30,000 subscribers still wouldn't make them the highest selling Burlap clothing pieces, but it'll still be one of the highest selling. So let's say if we did 27,500, we would definitely be second. Yeah, we'd beat Burlap Disco, but we're not beating Arctic Protection Burlap shirt and pants. No, 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 no. So quickly looking at likes of this, you can see that quite a lot of these Burlap clothing skins did work out ever so nicely. Give it some time, people will appreciate them, and they will be bought. So cool, 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 cool. But not all of them work out ever so nicely. You've got to acknowledge that these are selling at $1.99 each, whereas most of the Burlap shirt and pants of the past sold at 99 cents each. Some of these skins, well, they're only selling at like slightly higher than $1 right at this moment. So yeah, don't be fooled in assuming it's going to be perfectly fine just like that. There's still potentially going to be some problems. That higher price also looks like it potentially might be a struggle. All right, so in the future, if we see continuations, all right, doesn't matter. Spike them on, spike on price, lovely. If it happens, and that's the awful word, if. We don't know what Facepunch does to decide their choices for skins, but let's just say it's very questionable sometimes. So, skin creator, keep an eye on his workshop, see if he produces any continuations. I hope at the very least this weekend, and if he does, rub your hands in anticipation and wait and see. Now, it's abnormal. I don't need to rush into buying these skins. I can do my barders on Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. So look at the description of this video right now. You'll see links to my socials. You'll see my Twitch link. On Wednesday night, I will be on stream discussing the prices for all of these skins, because by then we'll have a good idea of where the final subscriber counts are going to be. And we're going to talk about how close we're going to go up to with their Rustore prices. And I'm looking at both of these skins right now, and I'm being I'm going to be honest with you, realistic. I will not be surprised in the slightest if you could pick these up for a cheaper price. Alright, there's quite a lot of them being bought, and I know certain people will just be unloading stock at certain points later this year for, I'm going to go ahead and say it, here we go, the autumn fall seasonal dip is upon us. Just a few months time, it's October time. During that period of time, it's expected many skins will reach a brand new low point, but that'll be the lowest point it'll be for that year, and then it'll just keep rising, rising, rising towards the likes of post-Christmas, January 2025. So, yeah, be prepared. With the likes of all the new Rustore skins, they're going to suffer. Sorry to say. But continuations definitely give them a nice boost. Cool, so there's some optimism there, but there's also a bit of a worry about the amount of purchases. 25,000 to 30,000 subscribers, that's the estimate. Let's move on to the next skin. Neon Roadsign Locker. Okay, cool. So this is currently sitting here with 15,499 subscribers, but again, look at the 48 hours of sales. 14,600. Let's do a quick comparison to a previous week. So not this one, this one. That right there is the Neon Hazmat Locker with 15,546. Oh, what? Hang on a minute. That has more sales compared to the likes of what I see here. Huh. I might be a little bit all over the place there. That's a bit weird. That's a bit random. Oh dear, oh no. Okay, that's a little bit concerning. Maybe a lot of people wanted to buy it the very day it came out. Maybe some people refunded, I guess, because they worried that there wasn't going to be a fourth locker. Yes, this is a thing that we had to point out. It's expected this is only going to be a group of 3, as you can clearly see right there. Duck, the skin creator, quite literally said he only planned to do 3. I think other people, on the comments and whatnot, have been sitting there saying, oh, but I want this and that for a locker skin and whatnot. Like Primitive, for example. But I don't think he's going to be doing another one. I think it was just 3. We now have our full group, essentially, so over to here. You're going to question, Hedge, what's going to happen to this locker in particular? Because when this came out, the very next week, this came out, and the very next week, this came out. You might notice that both of these locker skins are currently in the positive quite nicely at the moment. They do have quite high quantities, yes they do. But, oh, wait, show yourself. Don't you hide from me. Come on now. There we go, perfect. They have quite high quantities, but when you look at their prices, don't be surprised if you could get them for cheaper eventually. Now, It's been a whole week now, and yes, it's still looking ever so good for the likes of the Neon Full Kit Locker. But I will not be surprised in the slightest if gradually, little by little, bit by bit, it does go down to a point where it reaches a new low point. I do still believe this will eventually reach a new low point, reach below its restore price. Same with the likes of this. Even though it's sold significantly less, it's inevitable. There will be a lot more listings. There will be less people playing the game, and there will be a lot more listings, more people selling on the Steam market compared to actually wanting to buy the skins. So, yeah, people will be undercutting each other. So if there's nothing to come out after this to give that a boost, I worry for it in a way. How low will these go? My current estimate is it's going to be down to about $1.50. Not dramatically down, but down pretty bad. And if you want to be smart with your money, wait until October. That's the best answer to say. Same thing applies to the likes of all these Neon small boxes, which apparently Duck is returning to now. So over the course of this weekend, do not be surprised if we see another one being produced. Cool. So yeah, Neon small boxes, they're probably going down to around $1 at some point. We kind of expected that. It's kind of already reaching that. Oh dear, oh dear. Hey. These things, it happens pretty much every single year. There's a lot of optimism for certain collections and whatnot, but it's inevitable that they still go down in price when a bad point, you know, when bad times happen. In October, probably the worst bad time. So, cool. Neon Roadsign Locker, I kind of get the feeling you might have a bit of a boost simply because you're no longer in a rush store when it's Thursday next week. But I don't think it'll last as long with the hype because there wouldn't be another locker afterwards. Hey, at the very least, keep an eye on the workshop. You never know, Duck might make another one, but it's doubtful. So, yeah, $2.49 right at this moment, but I'm pretty sure I can pick that up for a cheaper price. Now, estimate with the subscriber count, I'm going to pretty much match it up to the likes of the Hazmat Locker. I'm confused with the current sales at the moment, but it's definitely going to be around 24,000 subscribers, for sure. Okay, cool. So, let's move on to the next skin. Here we have the eyeside door. Now, of course, with this week, we have 2 sheet metal doors. Bit odd, but it's not the first time that happened this year. And, yeah, my typical point. How many sheet metal doors this year? How are they doing at this moment? Oh dear. Yes, both of these might be from notable collections, but yeah, eyeside door. We need to see some more out of you. Now, chances are that very likely will happen because so far we've only had like weapons and tools. This got accepted. I will not be surprised in the slightest if Zinc potentially does make an eyeside garage door or a furnace or something else. It's inevitable. I'm pretty sure he will do it, and if you go look at his history, you might notice he's done a wide range of skins. So I'm feeling very confident he's going to pull something off, and we'll appreciate it, I'm sure, hopefully, maybe, possibly. But sheet metal doors, unfortunately, not very good at retaining their value. I will pick that up for a cheaper price for sure. I know I will. It's definitely going to be a situation where it's a builder, and yes, that is abnormal. So, estimate for the total sales. I think this is doing around 15,000, you know what, 13,000 to 15,000 subscribers. It's not going to be ridiculously high, but it's definitely going to be fairly reasonable. Yeah, so that'll be my estimate. Let's see what else gets produced over the course of this weekend. But just to point out, Zinc, he had quite a lot of skins accepted this week, so he's juggling different collections. I don't know what's going to get produced next, but you might have to be patient for some more Ice skins. So I'm just making you aware of that. Alright, moving on. Nuke Room Garage Door. So we're in a situation now where Nuke Room Deplorable Collection now has 3 skins accepted. Cool! And the large box actually did rise up in price, so there was a spike in demand. Cool! Will there be more skins produced? Wouldn't doubt it. Will there be more skins accepted? I worry. Why? Why would you worry? Well, I've got to bring this up, and I've said it several times this year already, and I've got to say it again. So many brand new Deplorable Collections got started in 2024, but so many of them ended at 2 or 3 skins. The only brand new deplorable collection to get start off this year and get more than 3 skins was the Shadowborn collection. There's been the likes of Tomb of the Octopus, Blocky. What else have we had? Watcher of Doom. There are more, but I can't remember all of them. But you get the idea. Go look back at previous Rust stores, you'll see them all. Cool. So I hope to see more. I would like to see more. But there is no guarantee. So at the very least, go to the workshop. Read the comments. Has anyone asked, hey, is there going to be more? No one said that. If I look at his actual workshop, do I see it? Well, there's a barricade. That's a modern military barricade. I need to see Nuke Room. He hasn't produced anything for this current week. Let's see what happens. But garage doors in general, there will be more Twitch drops on the horizon, quite literally, next week. FancyOrb's kicking off, so don't forget about that. And, yeah, so with what I'm looking at, oh dear, I'm questioning things. I'm thinking in the future we'll see some more very interesting looking garage doors being accepted in future Rust doors. I know there'll be Twitch drops that'll be given away for free that are going to look very interesting. I worry for it. But if we do see more deplorables being produced and accepted, spike them on, spike in price. That's cool. That's nice to be aware of. But will it happen? If, maybe, possibly. And that's not enough. Facepunch choices are her. So, best of luck to you, Robstar. Let's see what you produce over the course of this weekend. Personally, I think I could pick that up for a cheaper price. Garage doors this year haven't exactly done super great. So, yeah, we'll wait until Wednesday. But it feels like it's inevitable. And yes, that is abnormal. Right, Chalk Menace wooden door. This is not abnormal. Wooden doors as investments are not reliable. I know for a fact I could pick this up for a cheaper price. It's nice to see this collection growing. It's nice to see that. But yeah, it's only 2 skins so far for the proposed collection. There has been a sheet metal door that's been produced and not accepted yet. But we'll see. But wooden doors in general, it's very straightforward. They're not reliable investments. That doesn't even glow in the dark. Looks nice. I'll give props to Mr. Yeah. Does look nice. So thumbs up there. It's just, yeah, I could pick it up for a cheaper price. I'm looking at this with a financial perspective. If you want to buy it, like if you like it, by all means buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But if we're looking at this with a, you know, the financial perspective, we're questioning if you want to buy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. And I'll be honest with you, I'll just stick with doing a buy order. Maybe not even that. Wooden doors don't exactly flip well. They don't sell that much. So yeah, it might not be it might not even be a situation where I do a buy order. So estimated sales. Oh, I didn't say for this one. I'm expecting that one's going to be around 12 to 14,000 subscribers. This one, 12 to 13,000 subscribers. Now we move on to likes of the Apophic LR300. No. LR300s. Take one quick look. And what do you see? Oh dear. Now, we've had some very interesting Twitch drops recently. Do not be surprised in the slightest if we see some more in the future. But all the marketable ones, not exactly holding up super great. Some are doing alright, but not all of them. Yeah. Sorry to say. It looks nice. It looks cool. I'd like to see more of this design, because that looks really, really nice there, Mr. Minoic Man. I sat there and said, shouldn't that be a Halloween skin? Facepunch said, no, we want it now. So, okay, cool. Let's see if what they're going to produce next. But LR300s, it's the weapon itself, it seems. I don't know if people are using it enough to justify wanting to buy skins, because based on the prices, but maybe people just only specifically using certain skins. Or, of course, those recent Twitch drops. Because, if I got it for free, and I feel like it's better compared to all the other newer skins, why would I want to buy the newer skins? There's many problems that we deal with, oh dear, oh dear. So personally, it very likely will be a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. So, yeah, sorry to say. How many will it sell? I'm looking at that and I'm thinking probably only between 10 to 11,000 subscribers. Moving on then, Frog Door. Well, just look at the description and look at the chapter for when I talked about the eyesight door. Everything that applies to that will apply to this. This collection's even weirder because it's like a bit all over the place. We've had one deplorable, but then like 2 weapons, and that one deplorable there as well. It's odd. Frogs are weird. But yeah, with the performance of sheet metal doors this year, I don't feel safe in wanting to invest into likes of this. $3. Yes, it's goofy. I will acknowledge that. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, it's goofy, silly. Will we see some more frog skins be reduced? You know what? Wouldn't be surprised. Ideal very likely will be jumping on back onto this collection. But who knows what's going to happen next, alright? It's up to Facepunch if they want to keep accepting more. I don't like that word. So, yeah, I'm sorry to say, Frog Door, it's very questionable. And just take one quick glance at this, and yeah, so we already did that earlier. We're doing it again. You should have known this by now. Let's move on. Oh, how many subscribers? Same, you know what? 9,000 to 10,000 subscribers. MK Ultra Custom SMG. Not abnormal, bit of a problem. MK Ultra skins, kind of weird, but kind of not doing too bad. The AK's still a bit awkward, oh dear. Will we see Tier 3 on the horizon? That's going to be interesting. I don't know, but I would be interested. But with the likes of that potentially being accepted, would it improve any of these? Maybe. But Custom SMG, it's the weapon itself. If there's not that much usage, where's the demand for skins? And you definitely notice it here. So if it doesn't get used enough, where's the demand for skins? Therefore, plenty of skins listed on the Steam market, but nobody's buying, so people undercut, and the prices suffer. Cold Hunter, down 35. Sweet Dreams, down 40. Black Diamond, down 37. Thunder Gold, down 25. Banana, down 30. Chameleon, down 57. Yeah, you get the idea. All of them except Blackout. All of them! Yeah, except Toy. Yeah, there's just far too many that just really aren't holding up very well, and MK Ultra's going to be another one. So yeah, you could pick that up for about $1. Actually, here's a funny thing. With custom SMGs, how low do they even go? Well, if I were to just quickly show you, lowest price, and you'll see that the cheapest ones, scroll, still over $1. We'll talk more about that this Wednesday. How many sales are you likely to reach until then? Same thing applies, 9,000 to 10,000, because that's currently at 5,400 subscribers, much like this. Okay, moving on. Madness AK-47. I already brought this up during the likes of my roster rotation. This is very standard greys, silver, metallic. Cool looking design. It's just I preferred the coloured version. This made it look so much more interesting, so much more cooler. And Face Punch didn't select this one. Cool. So, you poor Hyper Monster, I acknowledge the quality, but they didn't pick the one I like more. So, hopping back over to here. Perfectly fine looking AK, but we get so many AKs every single year, and so many of them do not hold up very well. In fact, take a look at all the AKs that came out so far this year. We've talked about this so many times over the past year. Just look at it, look at it, look at it, witness it, look at it. Oh. All of them except one are in the negative. Yes. Now, if I were to just quickly show you this AK is selling for the absolute standard price. So if I go by highest price, right, $1.99 is the standard price for an AK-47. It's already in the upper half. Every single AK that you see here is below that price. So yeah, far too many options, far too much compared to. Unfortunately, it's kind of going to struggle, like, pretty quickly. Yep. Okay, so how many will that end up with? I'm expecting around 7,000 to 8,000 subscribers. Then we got Neanderthal. Now this is really weird. It's not selling that much, and I would expect more skins on the horizon. I don't know what. Maybe some burlap stuff, some leather gloves, burlap shoes, hide boots. We don't know, but it is building up into becoming a primitive collection, both thematically and quite literally. Cool. But these didn't really rise up in price that much. They did rise up, but not that much. That's awkward. But if we keep seeing more and more, all right, cool. You know what? Neanderthal deer skull mask, Mr. Zinc. I might need to tell him that. But anyway, I do expect more skins being produced. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more being accepted. But when will that happen? Who knows? Because this... Whew, this is cool. So when you see the full setup, I don't blame Face Punch for picking this one, because that does look pretty nice. And, you know, just it all by itself, Fred Flintstone design, cool. But it's selling hardly anything. And if we do see continuations, namely more primitive clothing skins, well, all the better for it to rise up in price. If it does spike in price, there's only so much of it to go around. So it could easily rise up in price to a new higher point quite easily. I'm looking at both of these and I'm thinking that's going to probably at best reach 7,000 subscribers at best. And I'm questioning if I actually want to jump in and buy some. Conveniently, both of these are abnormal, $1.49 each. Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if I could pick them up for a cheaper price. Take a look at the other Neanderthal clothing skins. After quite a while, both of these did go down a fair bit. But, of course, with continuations, they've recovered a fair bit, but they're still down. So a smart buy order can still lead to some pretty interesting profit. But when you take a look at all the ponchos that came out so far this year, oh dear. When you take a look at all the bandanas that came out this year, oh dear. But so as long as you keep seeing more continuations, all good. But Face Punch haven't exactly been super nice to a lot of primitive collections this year. Or like ponchos and bandanas that started something, tried to continue something, but yeah, just never got that support, unfortunately. So we'll see how things turn out for the likes of that. AKA, we have to keep an eye on the workshop. Quick refresh, is there anything new? No, but there will be by the time you probably watch this. So keep an eye on the workshop, see what's being produced. You don't have to look at the workshop specifically. You could look at micro522.com as well. Just go look at the description right now. You'll see the link to it. Click date submitted, and you'll see all the newer skins. And, you know, hover over the titles. You can get a quick look at them. Click the actual titles. You can see the actual page. Cool. That looks very dumb. So yeah, keep an eye with what's being produced. That selling hardly anything is definitely making it more and more interesting. All right, so that's definitely something I'm looking forward to when I do my abnormal barders. Cool. All right. Now, just to quickly point this out, if you have no idea what I mean when I say abnormal barders, quickly go over to my YouTube. Watch this, my Rust Skin Abnormal Barders for July 18, 2024. Watch the first 5 minutes, you'll get a good idea of how it works. Look at the description, skip ahead to the actual barders, because lo and behold, abnormal skins appear marketable before the Rust Store even rotates. And that time that we have until the Rust Store actually rotates, very useful for getting a good idea as to whether these skins are likely going to retain their value. Therefore, helps us out so much in trying to get a good idea of making an actual investment, making an actual purchase. So with that said, cool. Things are okay, but the expectation is do not be surprised at some point later this year, all of these skins are probably going to end up in the negative. Do not be surprised in the slightest. So as I hop over to here real quickly, I'll bring up the likes of my recent Rust Store investing review. So with these videos, with every Rust Store, 4 weeks later, I go back and take a look at that Rust Store, look at all the skins, and see if everything matched up to expectations. And with what I've seen recently, guys, everything's dropping down in price very quickly. I have estimates for how low it'll go, and after about a week or two, it's already there. When I was projecting that it was going to happen to October time. So, yeah, it really does feel like barders are the way to go. Alright? It really does feel like barders are the way to go. We shall see how everything turns out. But, yeah, give these a quick watch, see how things turn out, because, of course, I will do my predictions and whatnot. And we'll have to see if, things actually lined up perfectly with all that. You get the idea. Cool. So, with that, that's nice. Let's just take a quick peek at the previous week's skins and see how they're currently holding up. So, yeah, these skins here, still doing pretty good. That double door right there, $4.51. Really? Now, remember, everyone who bought this last week currently does not have the ability to sell theirs or list theirs on the Steam market. But that is quite impressive. But there's only 6 listings. I think someone might have done a bit of a buyout. Maybe. We'll see. That is a bit suspicious. It didn't sell low. It sold quite reasonably. But hey. Now, there's another thing I noticed. This My First Base wooden door is actually doing pretty okay. Again, same applies. Not everybody who bought this last week currently has the ability to sell theirs or list theirs. But look at that. You could see it's over $2.50. And it actually has a decent amount of barders pushing up to $2.50. Cool. All right. I feel like I was wrong in that regard. Or maybe eventually I'm still going to be correct. So we'll see. But I do know for a fact that Mr. Spinoza, the skin creator for this, has in fact produced a continuation. We have a large box right there. And I know that because I've been keeping an eye on the workshop. So get a quick look at that. Yep, looking ever so nice. Will we actually see it being accepted? We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, cool. This Rust Store's not looking too bad. And then to about 2 weeks ago, we already looked at it earlier. We'll look at it again. Oh dear, oh dear. You're doing all right. You're not that bad. You're not. Oh, wait, no, you're 0%. You're okay, you're evens. You're only down by about, what's that, 3%? Okay, down 52. Oh my, you're an AK. So, yeah, oh dear. Yeah, they're dropping off pretty hard, aren't they? And pretty quick. So, yeah, that's a quick wrap on everything. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And don't forget, next week is FancyOrb. July 26th to August 2nd, we're going to have those Twitch drops. And you can watch me if you really want to, if you want to. All the Twitch drops can be earned by watching anyone streaming Rust on Twitch, including me. So you don't have to watch anyone in particular, you just have to watch anyone streaming Rust on Twitch during that week, okay? So all you got to do is just quickly hop over to the likes of Face Punch, Twitch. I know I spelled it incorrectly, I accidentally mistyped. But there you go. Get a good look at that. Global Warfare drops on Twitch. And here you have 6 Twitch drops. And if you want to get a good look at all of those skins, look no further than Hedge's YouTube over to here. Because quite recently, with a request from FancyOrb himself, he asked me to showcase all of these skins in such a nice, quick manner. It's only 13 minutes long, but you get to see everything. And remember, chapters if you want to skip ahead to a specific spot. Cool. So that's that. Thank you very much for watching me. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.